And so that was something that I thought there was a good opportunity there for us to try out our own survival game. At the end of Deadfire, we had the opportunity to start a new team to work on it, and Fergus gave me the opportunity to put together a team and figure out a pitch, and that eventually turned out to be Grounded.
Right out of the gate, I was honestly kind of scratching my head about it. Like, really, we're gonna make something that's kind of like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, but it's a survival game with role playing elements. Like, okay, I'm not sure I can actually like bring all of those things together in my mind properly. But by the time I saw the first like running demo of it, I was like, oh, okay, I get this now.
Even worse, like all of those terrifying moments kind of came true because we got review bombed immediately the moment that the game trailer was announced. Watching people actually play the game and demo the game in person made it all worthwhile. Like, people were having such a great time.
And we wanted to iterate and build that community and build those features with the community, because as a game developer, that's the most powerful thing, is iteration and seeing how people play and iterating on those ideas to make something a lot better.
I knew once we started picking up momentum for Grounded that it was gonna hit.
It hit like 1 million people in the first 40 hours. I mean, we knew it was a good game, but the fact that we were able to get to that many people so quickly was super cool to see.
I've never expected Grounded to be as popular and, as well received as it has been. It's blown everyone's expectations out of the water, and the community is amazing. Everyone at Obsidian that's worked on the game has done a fantastic job.
It's not just the number of people, it's like the quality of the community. Like, it's one of the most positive communities that there is out there for a video game. And that's rare, right? That doesn't happen often in video games.
Outer Worlds is a retro future game that takes place in a society where corporations have colonized the galaxy, and kind of as a parody of late stage capitalism.
I had put together my own ideas for what I thought a space role playing pitch might be. And I can tell you that they wrote something that was way cooler than what I wanted to do. And I think it's like 10 times less cool than what the Outer Worlds turned into.
I remember Tim and Leonard stepping out on stage and showing the trailer, and Buddha Jones does such amazing trailers that you could see how charming and funny it was and how well it nailed the spirit of the IP. And so it was great to see something that we'd all been so excited about internally finally in front of our audience.
It was just great to see that people loved the Outer Worlds from the get-go. That made me proud, and I think it makes the team proud.
The announcement was very strong, the reception was very strong, and I realize it's, I don't know, maybe kind of a rare blessing to get to be on a project that is well received like that from announcement to release, and especially having come off of Pillars and Deadfire, which were also quite well received.
I think the coolest thing that I got to do for the Outer Worlds was when we did the launch event at the Microsoft Store. We got to do a big live stream there on launch day. We brought on Major Nelson, who came through. We brought on a bunch of the different devs throughout the course of the day. And it was really just an awesome time to bond with the team over such a special moment. Seeing the reception like validates that, and it keeps us like confident that the choices we're making as a studio are the right ones.
Pentiment really was like, do the thing you want to do, like really actually what you want to do. I got to determine that. So of course, if I have the ability to do that again, I would like to do it.
When I look back at 20 years, there's decisions of mine that I feel really good about, and there's decisions that I feel not so good about.
And it took a little while to make the Fallout game, but the historical game was the one that eluded me for the longest time.
So I don't think there was much pushback or questioning of like, hey, is this okay for you to do? Or is this not okay for you to do? There's a lot of fear, hesitation that, oh, why is Josh Sawyer going and working on, this weird 2D narrative game? Well, this is why. It's because they're making stuff that's really special and that people really love and people want to play and have a different impact on the industry.
I was super excited to see how well Pentiment did. I obviously loved seeing it review highly. But honestly, what was even more gratifying was seeing that on Steam that we had like 98% positive user reviews. And so that the people who were buying the game were really enjoying it.
My expectation was that the split was going to be like 30-70. Like 30% were going to be very positive and 70% were going to be pretty neutral to negative.
What I want to do is to make the same kind of really interesting and complicated and nuanced RPGs that we've made before, just with a little bit more time at the end to fix some bugs. If I can do that for the next 70 years, I'm going to do it.
Obsidian drew me here because it was a special place that was really, community led, both internally and externally. I don't want to lose that with growth. I think that's what makes Obsidian special.
So in 2017, we started talking about sort of realistically, would it make sense for us to be acquired by some larger company?
We'd been approached a few times about being acquired, and it never seemed like it was the right fit or the right time, or things just didn't feel right to us.
Some people start businesses to make a lot of money. I kind of brought this before, and their ultimate end game is to like sell their company or whatnot, or just make a ton of money and then go public or whatever. That's never been like something that has ultimately interested me. I wanted to make video games and try to have as much of my own flexibility to do it as possible. And obviously having your own company is risky, of course, but it does give you the flexibility sometimes to do the things that you want to do.